This year, we're launching a new award called From the Heart. As a small independent nonprofit, the ICA relies on the support of many organizations and individuals. Their support ranges from donated printing. For example, the printing station people are here. They donated the printing of our brochure for conference this year. People volunteering their time and expertise and providing financial support for the organization. We'll be presenting 2 From the Heart awards this afternoon to kick off this new program. But beginning in 2011, we'll be presenting From the Heart awards randomly throughout the year. So we may show up on your doorstep unannounced, kind of like the Publishers Clearinghouse, sweepstakes thing. And then at our annual meeting, which is held usually in October or November, all From the Heart award recipients will be acknowledged publicly during a reception or a luncheon. Helping to present this year's From the Heart awards will be Vicki Garski and Laura Schrader, last year's Direct Care Worker Leadership Award recipients, and Betty Granquist, our board chair. The first From the Heart award goes to Iowa State University football coach Paul Rhoads. It doesn't matter whether you're an ISU, Iowa, UNI, or other college football fan to appreciate the passion that Coach Rhoads has for Iowa, his team, and the entire state of Iowa. In spite of his busy schedule, he makes himself accessible to the community. He and his team jumped in during the recent flooding in Ames to sandbag. And he, as a respected public figure, at our request, agreed to produce a public service announcement about who direct care workers are and what an important role you play. I first became aware of Coach Rhoads and his team when they beat Nebraska in the Insight Bowl last year. Hopefully there's no Go Big Red fans here. And I'm embarrassed to say that it wasn't because I watched the game, but it's rather what I saw the locker room scene between he and his team on the news that night after the win. And it's a YouTube video that's been viewed by millions now.
Got people tired everywhere. You got people sore everywhere. I couldn't be prouder. I could not be prouder. No, I am so proud. Listen to me. I am so proud to be your brother.
If that doesn't get your blood pumping, I don't know what does. But every time isn't that great? And that scene, it just gives me goose flesh every time I see it. And, I was thrilled for the coach and his team and for Iowa, but I have to admit, I also thought, wow, wouldn't it really be great if every direct care worker in the state could hear a message like that from someone like him? So we wrote him this heartfelt letter and asked him if he would speak at our conference this year, to kind of motivate you. And this is a busy time for coaches. He's got a game coming up this next week. And so he couldn't be here, but instead he agreed to produce this public service announcement. And this public service announcement will reach thousands of Iowans by radio, TV, and websites over the next several months. So you're seeing for the first time the public service announcement that he produced for us, for you.
Hi, I'm Paul Rhoads, and I am so proud to be the football coach at Iowa State University. I get lots of credit when the team does well. So do our quarterback, running backs, and many others. Who rarely gets the credit they deserve? It's the linemen. It's what they do that makes our team successful. Direct care workers in health and long-term care are like our linemen. They're the certified nurse aides, home health aides, personal support staff, and others who work in the trenches, providing services to Iowa's aging population and Iowans with disabilities. They become like family, supporting our loved ones and keeping them safe, independent, and healthy for as long as possible. Direct care workers do valuable and demanding work. They, like our linemen, are important members of a team and are proud of the work they do. Join me in thanking direct care workers today and every day for all they do on behalf of our families, friends, and neighbors.
Woo! Isn't that great? Yeah, we are so grateful. And of course, Coach couldn't be here to receive in person, but Nick Eulenhop, Coach Rose's new assistant recruiting coordinator. I told him he had come to the wrong place if he was looking for, recruits to the football team. But Nick, please come forward.
Hello. Excuse me as I bend down here to reach the microphone. I'm extremely honored to accept this From the Heart Award on behalf of Coach Paul Rhoads. Unfortunately, Coach Rhoads wasn't able to make it as we were preparing for our first game this Thursday versus Northern Illinois. As you can tell by the piece shown, Coach Rhoads is all heart. You couldn't have chosen a more deserving winner than him. I know this association also hits home personally for him also. He would like to thank everyone that is involved with Iowa Caregivers Association and all the caregivers around Iowa. Thank you. You all do not get the recognition that you truly deserve. The support you give to families in need is truly priceless. When Coach asked me to accept this award on his behalf, I agreed. And then I did a little research to find out more about this association and what it stands for, and I realized at that moment it made even more sense for me to be here. My family and I recently worked with caregivers as my mom was at the end of her fight with cancer. I, at the time, was living in Kentucky and was just in Iowa this past May 8th for my sister's wedding. It was an unbelievable weekend and the memories that we will never, ever, ever forget. I returned back to Kentucky on that Sunday night, and then on Monday, we got the call. My mom had 2 weeks to live. Let's see here. My mom's wish was to stay at our house for as long as she could. By the time I got back to Iowa, my family had arranged everything. Caregivers from central Iowa allowed my mom the chance to stay in our house and allowed her to still receive the care she needed from home and allowed my family the peace of mind that she was comfortable and being taken care of. We then, at the very end, moved her to the hospice house in Ames. The personal touch you all gave to my family was amazing. It was a very tough time for my family, and you all helped take some of the burden off us. You were there for my mother and my family. I recently received a phone call from the hospice house checking in on me and my family to see how we were all doing. I cannot explain in words what that means to me. The fact that I know we made the right decision for my mother's care and our family going to a hospice and using caregivers. I will always, always recommend to families in need that they look into the caregiver services in their area. The Iowa Caregivers Association and the education and training that it brings to all caregivers around Iowa is amazing. And I ask that you keep doing what you are doing. It does work. So from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of Coach Paul Rhoads, we say thank you for this award and thank you all for what you do. You truly are superheroes.